Hello and welcome to Adrenaline Fueled Firearms. I'm Scott. I will be presenting the review for today. And today's review will be on the Panzer Arms BP-12 shotgun. This is a bullpup arrangement, 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun, magazine inserted here. They have 5.10 and large ass drums produced by an aftermarket company, so you have several options when it comes to your magazines. Bullpup means that the action is arranged towards the rear as opposed to a more traditional semi-automatic where the action is actually up close to where the trigger and pistol grip are. So your ejection point is actually right here, which brings the barrel back further and allows you to have a full legal length barrel in a much shorter package on this 12 gauge unit. The company also produces an AR style, which is actually what the drum is made for. But with minor modifications, you can actually get the drum to fit on this. Although the videos I've seen of people shooting with the large ass drum is pretty humorous because basically, you know, got one arm sticking way out here while you're shooting. Doable, kind of odd, probably not really necessary. But overall, I believe it is a superb firearm for your $500 to $600 entry range. Years ago, I purchased a Saiga before they got really popular, and it was around $325, $350 when they were first coming out, and then later they got up close to $1,000. A lot of those were already modified, but still it was kind of interesting how once they became popular, all of a sudden the price shot up. Price may very well shoot up on these. I do see them as being very useful for instance, home security. This unit's approximately 34 inches overall. If you take a 36-inch wide dresser drawer next to your bed and you remove the width of the rails and everything, typically those are roughly 34 inches inside the actual drawer. So if you could rig a security mechanism to kind of have a cover on there with a lock so that other people couldn't get into it, and then at night before you went to bed you just unlocked it, hey, might make a really great home defense firearm for right next to the bed at night. And you could get quite a few magazines in a dresser drawer with this thing, and probably stick some socks or something in there. Maybe that's where you want to keep your adult magazines, under lock and key. Who knows? But I just review firearms. So the unit comes stock with some features that are pretty nice. You start off stock with flip-up front and rear sight mounted to the top pick rail. That's probably $20 you save and don't have to buy. And it gives you a little basic sight, little peep sight style. You also have two 5-round magazines that come with it. 4-grip. If you pick up a 4-grip from most companies, they run $20 to $40 depending on what it is. Cleaning kit another $5 or $10. So I mean, there are a few little options that they give you stock from the factory that are kind of nice to have. I don't know, I kind of like leaning towards the enjoyment of extra stuff for free. I don't know, maybe I'm alone, I kind of like free stuff. Means I don't have to go out and purchase anything else. Comes right in the box with the firearm. Merry Christmas. A few of the features on the unit. You have pick rails on either side as well as the one mounted on the top. If you remove the 4-grip, there's a pick rail under that. You have sling loops. You have adjustable cheek riser. There is a lot of versatility to this firearm. It is mostly ambidextrous, and I say that because while it's set up to be almost fully ambidextrous, the fact that the shells are going to pop out and bust you in the mouth if you're a lefty is not in its favor. The ejection port shield, however, has a pair of screws attaching it, so I'm guessing that hopefully someone will eventually manufacture a lefty-friendly ejection shield, which will keep it from hitting you in the face so you don't look like some, you know, shotgun shell cigar smoking guy when you're trying to shoot left-handed, which, by the way, would have been a really cute video, you know, if somebody could have caught it while I was shooting the thing. I'm sure there are several people out there that think I need to be busted in the mouth with something hot, but, or, you know, you get the idea. So, your magazine release is ambidextrous. Your safety is ambidextrous and marked on both sides with your safe and your fire. Like I say, other than the fact that it smacks you in the face, it's not too bad. Basically, one of the only features on it that is not ambidextrous is your bolt release, which is more traditional lay like an AR. Also, according to some other sources, there's quite a bit of interchangeability on parts. Supposedly you can put a standard AR style trigger in this, which there are a lot of AR style triggers out there. And then you'll notice this bolt release looks very, very familiar as far as AR style items go. Since their other primary product that I've been able to find is a AR style 12 gauge, I'm guessing they just tried to reduce the overall number of pieces parts that they needed to have laying around to produce these firearms. One way or the other, it's really not a bad plan. Intentional, accidental, supply chain, or marketing. There's really a lot of very similar items. I mean, you're charging right here, AR style, or you have the manual charging lever here, which can also be flipped to the other side to move the bolt to the rear. So overall, I think this is a really excellent firearm, especially at its price point. As far as what you might use it for, again, I would lean towards it for home defense. I think it'd make a really excellent weapon to throw in your bedside dresser drawer and then have around just in case. I do not believe you could use it in a 3-gun. Most 3-gun competitions I've seen use like an extended tube on a tube feed cartridge, tube feed magazine on a shotgun. Even though they have extension tubes, I believe that part of the competition is intended to force you to reload the firearm to show your proficiency in reloading. I haven't seen any competitions that allow a semi-automatic shotgun. For grins and giggles, I'm sure you could shoot trap with it. I used to shoot trap sometimes recreationally with my Saiga. That's just because I like busting clays. I'm not really out there to win, I just like seeing stuff go poof. But I'm sure it'd be pretty useful for that since it is a full 16-inch barrel. It shoots pretty good shot groups. I put a couple hundred rounds through it, blew the crap out of some stuff. Unfortunately, I do not have any film for my shooting on it because I'm going to do some work on my technical proficiency with my movie editors and get a new camera and some new audio gear because this is not a really great rig. But we're starting out. So just if you are looking for a shotgun for home defense, I would definitely give this high consideration. Like I say, the price point's great. It's pretty much out of the box, ready to go with your 2 magazines, your flip-up sights. If you're a lefty, maybe try their other product. If it demonstrates the same quality and thoughtfulness that win this unit, is probably a pretty good product. And I may try to acquire one and review it later, but for right now, this is what we've got. I've got some recoil numbers so that you can get an idea of what you're looking at as far as recoil goes on this unit. My recoil numbers may not compare to anyone else's because the rig that I have for measuring recoil is kind of a one-off redneck excuse me, rig, so I'm not sure how accurate it would be trying to reproduce it, but I'm doing everything I do the same way I do it, so my numbers will compare to themselves. And I don't know, maybe I'm a bit of a narcissist, but my opinion is the one that matters. So anyway, my numbers on this unit, I compared it to an AR-15, just a base, what they call A2 style. So 20-inch barrel, non-collapsing stock, no frills, handguard military style. Shooting .223 ammo, measured approximately 0.5 pounds of recoil at the buttstock. So then I went on to trying a couple other things. Next thing up the food chain was my 20 gauge pump action Mossberg, which yielded numbers at the 6.9 pound range at the shoulder. And then I shot several different ammunitions through this unit to get some comparison numbers. And so I shot some 1 ounce of 7.5 shot estate, which measured at 12.7 pounds. I shot some Remington 1.5 ounce load of 7.5 shot that came in at 13.5 pounds. Both of those had a velocity measurement over 1200. I noticed some reviews online for this unit that indicated that 1200 was kind of a magic number to get the action to cycle. I want to try some lower stuff later, but I want to break it in a little bit first. It looked like a majority of the reviews were kind of out of the box, shoot a few rounds, do it, Merry Christmas. I would like to do a review later on to see if maybe after break-in say 400 to 500 rounds or so. You can shoot some lower yield ammunition through it just for grins and giggles. But my final recoil number was on some military grade double-aught buckshot I have, just laying around, that came in at 16.3 pounds of recoil. So pretty stiff recoil when you compare that to the 0.5 pounds out of an AR. So I mean, she's going to kick like a beast, but theoretically, if you can aim, I really don't foresee a situation where you need more than 1 or 2 shots of double-aught buck to really get the job done, depending on what you're looking to accomplish. That's really about it for this. I hope that if you enjoyed the review and the sarcasm, that you'll like and subscribe, and you'll come back and look for my other reviews. And well, I hope if you consider purchasing the BP-12 that you enjoy it, and I hope if you don't,